I'm going to want you to see the world through Ilse Hayes' eyes. So don't adjust your TV set. Now, I'm going to give you an idea of what Ilse sees. She has 15% vision in both her eyes, and that's kind of what it looks like. Now, she was diagnosed with Stargardt's disease at the age of 11, and when I speak about T13 class, that T13 stands for track, that's the T, and then 11 to 13 is the different classes. 11 being completely blind, 12 being where you run with a guide, it's an option, and then 13 you're allowed to run all by yourself, but your vision is still severely impaired. Now, I've got Ilse with me. I've given them the story. I've given them a little bit of the background. Congratulations on being the world's fastest T13 athlete, and for a short time, the fastest Paralympian in the world.
Hi, yeah, I mean, that was like a really great privilege to have that title of being the fastest female Paralympian in the world. Yeah, I had it like for a few months. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just privileged to have an amazing season like that.
Ilse, I think everyone wants to know, what is it that you can see? How difficult has it been since the age of 11?
Yeah, I think at the age of 11, I made a choice. You know, am I going to sit in the corner? Am I going to go on with my life? And yeah, so I just decided to make the most of it. Basic, you know, daily things that I struggle with is I'm very dependent on people to help me with driving. I'm unable to get a driver's license myself. And, you know, like other things, you know, I use a magnifier on the computer. So, you know, all these things like have aids to help me. The biggest problem is just to be dependent on people. You know, as people have seen, my central vision is affected. So, yeah, I would rely more on my peripheral vision. So
you see better in the corners of your eyes, but straight ahead it's very difficult. I remember before the show started, you were standing very close to David Gekana, and you couldn't see his face.
Yeah, it is just a blur. So unfortunately, yeah, that is the case. But you know, I mean, at least I've still got 15%. So that's always something to be grateful for.
Which brings me to the next part, because you not only do the 100 meters, the 200 meters, you do the long jump. How do you know when to jump?
Yeah, long jump was like a part of my life for like a really long time. But the thing is, like long jump, you know, it's all about the rhythm. So you're not really supposed to look at the plank. So
it's just like timing. You know, I've got to put 7 steps or 10 steps and then jump. Yeah,
well, that is like what all the hard training goes into. You know, like to make that runner perfect. So you're not supposed to look at the board. So you must just go in with confidence, and yeah, and obviously you hope you hit the board.
And then even in the sprint events, being able to work out how much further someone's ahead of you. Do I need to accelerate? I'm near the line. I can cruise now. How does that work?
Yeah, I think on the track, I think the biggest obstacle for maybe some people are to step out of their lanes. But I mean, I've done athletics my whole life, so I'm kind of used to the track, and yeah, I've never been disqualified or never had a problem staying in my lane. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's important to run your own race and not focus on the people in front of you. But yeah, and I mean, just, you know, go fast, you know, from the beginning.
What made you take up athletics? I mean, of all the things, that there must have been much easier things to take up than athletics.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a passion of mine. I started doing athletics, those 60-meter runs when you're in preschool and you're running into your mother's arms at the end. So I've been doing athletics since then, and yeah, I just enjoy it. You know, like the challenges with it, and to wake up every morning and to try and be the best version of yourself. You know, like through your training, and you know, it's like really worth it if you stay on the podium and all the sacrifices and all the hard work, and yeah, it just flashes by you, and it's definitely worth it.
Now, in April, you ran 11 seconds, 0.89, the fastest time ever by a T13 athlete in the history of the Paralympics. What inspired that run? You were in Brazil. Take us through that day.
Yeah, I think it is kind of that, it's like that perfect conditions, perfect, you know, environment. Yeah, everything, like the humidity was fine, you know, the weather was fine. I really had confidence. I had like a good season building up towards that, and the plan was to peak there, and yeah, like credit to my coach, you know, like all her planning and everything like worked out perfectly in that race. And yeah, I think I had great competition there. I had like really great competition from Brazil and from Cuba, so that obviously helps, you know, if you've got strong competition, and you know, like I had a really good start. I think that's like something that really puts 100 meters, you know, like in action. You know, like a good start, and you know, from then, yeah, I just like really worked hard, and you know, I just took it through the line. And yeah, I mean, I was really surprised with the time. Yeah, I was really chuffed.
Then last month you go to Qatar. You're running in the World Championships. Much slower time and still won. You went from world record and like nearly half a second slower. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I've had an injury.
You still won the gold. Let me not get some viewers. You still won gold. I'm just complaining because I'm thinking you can go faster.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like from a competitive point of view, I think an athlete always wants to just go faster and quicker and, you know, do better at like each event. I mean, that was the plan in the beginning of the year, to peak in Brazil and to peak in, at World Champs again, because that was the biggest competitions in the year. Unfortunately, my planning, you know, like my preparation didn't go according to plan. As I had a back injury end of August, so yeah, that put me off. You know, like about 3-4 weeks that I couldn't really do anything, and yeah, I mean, and that is like the time that you really need to, you know, sharpen up and, you know, to yeah, to just, you know, fine tune a few things. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, I was really just grateful, you know, to be able to go to the World Champs. You know, I mean, at a stage I wasn't even sure, am I going to go, am I not going to go? So for me, it was really a privilege to go there, to represent my country. And yeah, I mean, the gold medals are really a bonus. And yeah, I mean, I just like embraced every minute of it.
You know, I keep looking at the visuals here of you training and preparing and just getting yourself ready for various events. And I can't get over, Ilse, with only 15% of your vision that you have, how do you learn techniques? I mean, most of us copy things. You know, you see, you know, when you're a youngster or an athlete, you see Usain run, you say, I want to copy what he does, his style. I want to run or do the long jump like whoever does it. How do you copy?
Yeah, I think that's something that my coach has like mastered over the years, you know, to kind of work, because I mean, I train with like a group with various disabilities, and everyone, you know, adapts like differently. So for me, she like video records me, and then on that we like analyze, you know, techniques and stuff like that. So
how close to the screen do you need to sit? I mean, how difficult is that?
No, very close. I mean, like, you know, 10 centimeters, and then it's
here.
enlarged as well. Yes, exactly. And also, you know, like modeling. So she'll maybe like, you know, like stand next to me and show me up close, and or maybe like, you know, take my leg and say, must, you know, lift your knee up again a bit more, whatever. So I mean, like through that, like we've got a connection, and we've like mastered a plan how to get the feedback.
Ilse is also nominated for Sportswoman of the Year with a Disability at the SA Sports Awards. It will be taking place in Mlambo, and we will be bringing them to you. You've heard a little bit of her story. She's also going to be doing great things at the Olympics in Rio, right? We're going to bring back a gold medal?
Hope so. Yeah, that's a plan. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's like this was like a really great stepping stone, you know, like for Rio next year. And yeah, I mean, I'm just like really eager to get back to the track, and, you know, like to work on a few things, and yeah, and like just embrace next year.
Ilse, you're a living example of no excuses. You weren't given the best hand in life, but you've taken that and you've gone on to be a world record breaker in athletics. She's gone on to get her degree in sports science. She works hard with kids in terms of helping them with their mobility. She's just living the most unbelievable life, and she does it with just 15% of her vision. That's Ilse Hayes, a real hero. Even got an Order of Ikamanga from President Zuma for her efforts in the world of sport, and maybe we'll get an SA Sports Awards. It's time for a quick break. Ilse, thanks for being with us tonight, and all the best. And in Rio next year, we'll be watching you at the Paralympics. Bring back that gold.
Thank you so much.